use the standard?
I just use a standard.
Yeah, me.
I don't really find any. I mean, some people might find benefit with it, but really for me, it does what I need it to.
Yeah.
I have the candles. I have my pairs. But regardless, let's go through these pairs and see what we got going on. So I figure my outlook for the any US dollar pairs is up on the weekly. First of all, we have, obviously this pretty big resistance. But on top of that, what I've been watching last week was this possible head to shoulder right here.
Yeah.
So obviously left shoulder. The head, you can have two heads. I think that's one thing that I had to clear up with somebody.
Yeah.
Last week, but you can't have two heads. You can have multiple heads. The shoulder can be multiple spikes. Like if it can be something along these lines. That'd be a head and shoulders.
Yeah,
so it's more of price momentum changing is the point of these market patterns. There's not certain things are exactly this way or certain things are exactly another. It's more so market pressure.
Right. See, I've been watching the USD chief. Right. There's a couple of interesting things happening here.
This is a pretty good move for next week, honestly.
Right. I mean, if you put the fib on that from that
I don't even trade Fibonacci, but even if I do pull it up,
it's at the 50. That's hitting the 50, right? Now if you look, if you pull those
daily candle.
If you pull those candles across,
I don't even know. Oh, I switched pairs. Oops.
All right. So if you pull that line across where the 50 is on the fib,
let's see.
All right. You see, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff happening here.
Yeah, it's a pretty big zone.
That's a fantastic resistance level.
When you're looking at candlesticks.
Yeah.
Look at that doji.
Yeah.
Granted, it was Friday, but that doesn't.
I think that's going to bounce down now.
Yeah. So this is definitely looks like our right shoulder.
Yeah.
So this is one of the trades I'll tell you next week. I normally try and find, obviously just 1, 2. On a really good week, I'll find 3 good setups, and then I'll flip my account 4 times on that trade. So I mean, it's like you don't have to trade every single pattern. I just find one good one on the daily, find a bunch of informations, and then plug it up.
I picked up a couple of pips on this last week when I picked up my laptop again. But then I looked at that. I posted one in the group where I put in there's a zone that goes between the 50 fib and that resistance level. And I thought,
it's here on the 4 hour. This is all looking good.
Yeah.
So I think for me, because this does look like possibly a double top coming in.
Yeah.
But it's Sunday.
Sure. Yeah.
So given that daily candle though, that's pretty hard to ignore. But for me, I think I'm gonna wait until
it needs to
be a break of this level right here.
Yeah.
It's big. Once it breaks, you can draw a trend line here too and use that. That's what I normally do, but it's all the same. So once I see it break down, I'll probably throw in something small, and then go up to this is the hourly, so if we go up to the 4 hour, like once it breaks, like this is an extremely good, point of resistance. So once it breaks here is honestly if you're trying to be safer, it's the best, a super early entry would be below this that trend line break as well, so that would be, if you want an early entry, if you want to catch the right shoulder of those daily head and shoulders, right? As well, I'll place my entry here, but I'll place another entry, actually probably more in heavier entries once it actually breaks this resistant neckline of this daily head and shoulders, came up, retests. I'll probably drop 2 or 3 standards on that and just let it ride, because this is going to come all the way down. That's 1.01. That's 99. That's 200 pips on the daily, right? 1 on 100, 99. Yeah, 200 pips. So that's 0.97 area.
If you pull out and look on the weekly, you see there's a
that one's up pretty good too. So I'd be riding it all the way down. I know what you're talking about on the weekly.
Yeah,
zoom out even more. I guess you really don't even need to zoom out to see it. But we know for a fact it's going to come down. Oops. Once it breaks that neckline, it's down to here.
Wouldn't go back down there.
And our take profit was 0.97. So, I guarantee if it breaks that head and shoulders, it would also be breaking this line as well, that trend line.
Yep.
So you'd be in for a really good sell at that point. You know how I'm always right? Because these news events on the bottom right, they always tell you the opposite of what's actually going to happen. Greenback bulls attempting to move beyond 1.05 key resistance. You know what that means? It's about to drop. So that's the first U.S. pair that I've first reason I'm kind of seeing the dollar dropping. USD JPY, I don't know. This pair I'm not too fond of lately. I mean, obviously there's a this giant triangle on the weekly. But, well, actually, I changed my mind. I was waiting for it to come to one of these edges of this triangle for me to really do anything. But I guess same thing as USD CHF. It looks like it's about, it's getting to a point of resistance. So that's actually something we might keep an eye on the, because this is the weekly.
Yeah.
So if it comes up a little bit more and then, we see a reversal, we'll keep an eye on that. It's a good.
But it's got that. I mean, it's just above the 112 there. I mean, I think you've got that resistance there.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you pull,
Hey, I'm gonna give you control on my screen, bro. Can you? I think we can both do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you, there you go.
Right. If I'm looking at that, see you're pulling that there, right?
Yep. Exactly. That's a really strong resistance, especially on the left side of that 4 hour.
Exactly. Yeah. So the way it's bouncing about there, it came back up here.
Yeah.
Bounce back down. It's going to come back up again before it.
Well, if that rolls over, turns into maybe like a double top.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, yeah, I like that. USD CAD. Oh, I guess we can't both do it.
No, you take it back. Oh,
This one looked like a double, all three of these are probably not going to correlate because I notice they usually don't on the lower time frames, but the dollar overall definitely seems bearish in the next few weeks. That being said, actually, was this the one that had the giant? No, okay. I think that was the other one. This actually isn't that bad of a, I wonder if we, so this is the beginning of time. It's not even 1994. Looks like a giant, kind of speculative. Nothing I'd take a trade off of, but it definitely looks like a double top. Coming in on the. Oh, this is the monthly. Shit, I didn't mean to click that.
Yeah.
But now that I am, it kind of makes a little bit of sense. You get your big push up. It's coming over. It's kind of rolling. Especially on the daily. This looks like I think I posted this. This is the double top I was talking about. That, and on top of that, the right side looks like, well, it did last week. It looked like a double top, but now it just looks like it might be forming a symmetrical of some sort. That could very well be a turn around and go the other way.
yeah. I think it's going to come up. It's going to come up to that to the top side of the symmetrical.
Yeah, especially with USD JPY too.
Yeah. I was looking at. I think Bradley was flagging up NZD. Right. Look. Jump back on EU. Because I'm seeing a diamond down here. Look at that down in there.
That's actually. So given all three of these are probably coming down,
Yeah.
Obviously, in the daily, we've had this giant ass double bottom coming in, but what you're talking about is you see a diamond. I see a talking about right here, right?
Right. Well, you've got
Something like one of those are coming in.
Yeah.
Especially given the left side.
When you come out, when I was saying it was the diamond on the daily that flagged up to me. I thought, right, this is one to keep an eye on. And then, as you say, you look down, you can see that you can see the I was actually looking for a head and shoulders on the further down on the hourly, but it wasn't really strong enough.
Yeah, I was trying to catch this right shoulder last week, but I've been waiting on it. Jesus, where'd it go? So you got neckline. The thing that gets me is this left shoulder tested twice as well. That's why I think it'll do the same.
Yeah, it's got the same pattern, so it's going to pull up. As EU, it's usually the case. What happens on the left is pretty much mirrored on the right, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Stronger than anybody else.
Yeah, so we'll definitely. I mean, it's Sunday.
Hi, Mason. How are you doing?
I wouldn't be surprised if it came down a little bit more. So maybe Monday night or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean, this is coming up too. Which I don't like to believe, but that's okay. But USD is only solid because that trend line's been tested, 5 times? So we got a head and shoulders coming down on the, inverse head and shoulders. Still waiting on, but once that breaks, which correlates exactly with EU, I'll definitely be buying that too. So really, I might be taking like 5 or 6 trades this week, just because they're all gorgeous.
Good setups, yeah.
Someone else? Oh, Mason's in here. What up?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. This is what I was talking about earlier, Bradley, with the there could be multiple shoulders, and it's all pressure in the markets. It doesn't have to be exact. So this was tested a good, it's not your typical one push head and shoulders. There's multiple waves that happened before it made its move. So this is gold. So whenever the dollar drops, gold tends to rise. That being said, all the dollar pairs look like they're coming down. So gold, for me, I've been waiting on this for months now, but it finally looks like it wants to make its, especially on the daily, we got our symmetrical. So this is a good buy point, actually. So this is the daily. So whenever I see some kind of structure break on the 4-hour, I know y'all don't trade gold very often, but once it starts making its push, whenever the dollar starts dropping, it'll be a good trade. And last pair. Mason, you able to get David on here?
I don't know what he's doing, dude. I tried calling his number, tried calling him on like everything.
Good, no worries.
Wouldn't answer.
That's fine. What we're looking at next week with Ian and Bradley. While I was waiting for y'all. So MZD USD before I start breaking shit down. What do you see, Bradley? You want to? I think you can draw screen actually.
Man, I swear I'm on the same fucking thing, but it won't let me change it to goddamn nothing. I'm stuck on AAPL. The hell's that?
Oh, Apple. Go to your top left and change it. You can type in different pairs. Up here.
Oh, okay. What are you at?
I'm on NZD USD. You can also go to on the right side. Your right side of your screen probably looks different than mine too. You can go to watch list, and then I've typed in the different pairs I trade, so I can just switch back and forth.
Well. Oh, kill me now.
So Bradley, NZD. Actually, that's a good trade. I'm not going to trade it because I don't like this pair, but there's a double bottom coming in on the weekly, which makes sense because it's against the dollar. So that'll be coming up on top of Well, I don't know if I'd trade it, but I would definitely base whatever trade you take on yeah, this level right here. So if you start seeing a reversal down here on like the hourly, you know it's you can hop in. Not something I'd take, but still solid. So first of all, I think the meeting's about to close, so I got 9 minutes before it closes. I'm gonna have to open another one, which really doesn't matter, but you know, I guess it's a good thing. I'm about to post a 40-minute recording for everybody in there.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead. Actually, let me stop the recording.